I said the subtitle of today would be The Unexpected Gift of the Three Principles, Becoming Human. And when I look at it, I realized that to a certain extent, what I started to see was the game of life is pretty simple. So this is how I thought of it in the cab on the way in this morning, right? I thought, imagine you were from not Earth, whatever that means, right? And you heard about this amazing tour that you could do called the Becoming Human Tour, sponsored by Universal Studios, right? And you go, well, how does it work? And they go, well, it's really cool, right? You incarnate on this planet, and you get, three things as part of the tour. You get an in-the-moment, responsive, alive wisdom that's going to kind of give you life. It's going to make you appear as another human in the world, and it's going to let you know what to do in the moment when you need to know. So you don't have to worry about how you're going to show up. You can just show up, and this in-the-moment responsive wisdom is going to let you know what to do. I thought, well, that's great. Cool. What else do I get? Right? And they go, oh, well, no, yeah, don't order yet. Because you also get this creative force that you can use to create anything. Any experience that a human being can have, you get to have with this creative force. Well, it sounds really cool. What's the third thing? Well, you also get these special kind of goggles, consciousness goggles, and they let you experience the whole thing in your body as if it's real. So you don't even remember that you're on the tour. And I was like, wow, this is great. And they said, well, just before we set you up, which tour do you want? Do you want the partial or the complete? Well, what's the difference? Well, the partial, we just kind of give you, the highlights, the really nice bits, the birth of your kids leaving home. But look, they say, I work with some fairly wealthy clients, and they say that when you buy a boat, the two happiest days when you buy a boat or a plane are the day you buy it and the day you sell it, right? And all I could identify with was, oh, like my kids. But I go, well, what's on the full tour? And they said, well, the full tour, you get every experience a human being can have. You get to be sad, you get to be happy, you get to be terrified, you get to be angry. Whatever a human being can do, you get to do. But I don't think you'd really want that. No, I want the full tour. If I'm paying for the full tour, I want the full tour. I want the full experience. I want it all. Right? Now, that was really revelatory to me when I began to see that we can create any experience with these gifts. We don't have to just try to create the ones we think are good ones. And in fact, it doesn't work very well anyways. You might have noticed that. And what I found is, when I stopped thinking that I would be better off up than down, happy than sad, confident than terrified, it just flowed in a way that it had never flowed when I was trying to be a superhero. My experience just flowed, and sometimes I was up, and sometimes I was down. And sometimes I was really on my game, and sometimes I was really off my game. And it was all good. And life got so much easier, because if you haven't tried it, the one thing I will warn you about becoming a superhero is it is exhausted. You never see Superman taking a break, getting a cup of coffee, hanging out with the kids, right? He's always flying off to save the world. That's tiring. Now, what's interesting about being human is that part of being human is you start to fall in love with the other humans. You start to realize, oh, me too. Oh, I know you, even if I don't know you. You start to not need them to be any better than you or any worse than you. You start to be okay with them having in-the-moment responsive wisdom, with them having a creative force that they're using to create their lives, and with them experiencing it as they experience it. I remember the moment I realized what a horrible, judgmental person I was when I was sitting with a client who was struggling with a number of addictions, and I realized that I was judging that I had it right and he had it wrong. Now, you might agree with me without knowing anything about it, but what I saw in that moment is, here's a guy doing his best, using the gift of thought to create a reality, and he's not unhappy with his reality.